grab myself a quick spoon one of these days. Hello, darlings. So, we've got so we have a multi-stream going on here. More or less, there's enough. Hello everybody, how are we doing tonight? It is so ungodly warm. I am just trying to feel comfortable. This AC is not it. Oh my god, I think right about now I'd date Mr. Freeze just for the cold parts. How is everyone? Hello, welcome in. How are we doing tonight? I think we're going to have just very light chat, and mostly it's going to be, I think, most of us bitching about the heat. I'm in Southern California, and it is currently 101 degrees. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. I literally am just... There is not enough ways to get less clothing on my person fast enough. Adjust it downwards. This upwards. There we go. Minor costume change. Mostly so I could at least have my shoulders open and free to the air. How do we do? Boy, it's quiet tonight. Usually somebody's chattery. Hello, hello. The usual, I do the riffles because I'm fidgety and whatnot. This asshole on this fucking motorbike for the last, like, hour. I'm not saying I want anything bad to happen to him. I'm just saying it's been noisy and rude in this very incredibly hot heat. And there's just no escaping it. Hello, hello. How do we do? Here and gone, it seems. Here and gone. Hello. How do we do, darlings? How goes? A lot of unfamiliar faces. But I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Welcome to Inner Bathory. It's the Sanguine Salon. Right now I'm just trying to cool down because, oh my goodness. It is currently 87 degrees inside with the air conditioning running. Apparently, didn't fall for what this time? Hello, Laura. How are you doing, dear? Hopefully a few things have shaken themselves out. Oh god, let's see, what did I get at H Mart? I picked up some of just the basic of the vegetables, so like green onions and some really nice just leafy greens, like a Chinese spinach. I also picked up a bunch of different types of dumplings. This way I can just do like shumai or like a little bit of dim sum basically. Because I have not had much of an appetite lately. It's so warm that my body just kind of wants to shut down and go into hibernation mode, but that's not a good thing to do, so you know. Hello, Noelle. How do you do? It's just overly freaking hot right now. Hopefully, anybody who's out, like, as a delivery driver is staying extra safe today. I hope all of their vans are AC and that they get ice water at any house that they drop off to, because this is the kind of misery hour that a lot of delivery drivers have to go through, and it is not pretty. Doing pretty well. I don't know. I've just been exhausted. Like, I feel like I'm trying to get 1,000,000 things done, and I get about 500,000 things done. But, like, I don't feel like I'm making that forward progress, and it's, ugh. You know how it goes every now and again. Hello, my darlings, how do you do? I didn't know, right about now, I would really appreciate some good banter partners. Car's fixed and, oh yay! Oh, I'm glad the car's getting fixed and that somebody's letting you borrow a vehicle, because I know how much stress you were under for that. Hello, darlings. How do we do? Ugh. I think either of them work. I'm leaning a bit more towards they, them, but she, her is also okay. Hey, Sloth, how do you do, dear? Somebody to talk with, somebody to trade back and forth with. Kind of like what I did with He Who Does Not Get Named Around Here No More. You know, the long way of saying that. No, just... I can ramble on about my own things for quite a bit, but, like, it makes it so much easier to have a back and forth when you have somebody else to actually talk to and, you know, learn nuance and inflection and opinion from. So, yeah. Yeah. Very much like a companion or even just a show partner. But, yeah. It's like something looks slightly... Oh. Accidentally slipped. Both slipped. Thank you. Yes, just... Basically, the sleeves were too much. They were covering so much real estate, and I was just... bleh, hot. Uncomfortable. It is 101 outside, and this is a flat roof apartment. So it's a hot box. It is a despicable hot box right now. I am really hoping that in a couple months' time, circumstances will have changed for the better. Fair enough. Yeah, honestly, I think overall, I'm in need of a partner, and I've been in need of a partner for a very long time. And I have not yet felt that I have found a person or persons to, like, really fulfill that role. And I'm kind of tired of the, I know this is going to sound hilarious because, you know, spicy worker. But also, I'm like, tired of the fuck boys. I'm really, 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 really tired of them. Because it's the same approach every time. And when you set your boundaries, they're like, how can you have standards and boundaries? Because if I didn't have standards and boundaries when you were then hurtful or harmful towards me, people would say, oh, I should have picked better. Hell, the guy who, or the person who tends to abuse also makes that, like, well known that you should have picked better. I trusted you that you were a decent person because you acted like a decent person, sort of, at first. Like, no, it's really not. It's really, really, really not. And it's just vile. Like, I don't even think that, like, necessarily standards or anything are too high, or that what people are asking for in general is too much. But, like, the dating pool is just fucking awful. And then getting to know people on just a regular basis, just a friend basis, is so exhausting. So exhausting. Because if you do just go in for, let's do the friends thing. Let's see how the friends thing goes. It doesn't seem like, specifically men, because this is the problem I'm having. Specifically, men do not seem to be able to have a friend. It always has to have an ulterior motive on top of that. Like, and I'm not saying that for everybody, I'm just, like, saying in the dating pool that has been nearer to me, there is so clearly that ulterior motive that is not well hidden. And you're like, you're not looking for a friend, you're looking for a friend with benefits. You're looking for, you know, a short-term fun partner. You're not looking for a friend. Like... Aw, your banter balls for real, yeah. So, what is my profession? Well, I have been looking for a semi 9-to-5, but I work spicy. I do photography, take pictures, do audio, video clips, and even then it's like a 3 out of 5 spice. My specialty happens to lean in towards that 50 Shades of Grey style, but with actual training in that particular lifestyle. I am a low judgment type person, but I do believe in having long-ish conversations about, like, expectations and boundaries when it comes to my spicy work. So yeah, I mean, I will work with pretty much anybody of any gender as long as we vibe. It's all good. The person doesn't come off creepy. We, like, can actually meet up on details and whatnot. It's all good. I don't think I'm setting expectations too high. Like, not being called female, not being called, you know, or being told, oh, you know, girls nowadays, they're just gold diggers. What gold are they digging from you? Fool's gold? Pyrite? Like, you ain't barely got 2 nickels to rub together like me, okay? Nobody's looking for your quote-unquote gold. We are looking for decent conversation and for you to treat us like human beings. What am I looking for in a man? A little emotional awareness. a bit of actual conversation, the ability to have an in-depth conversation that also involves talking about their wants and needs. Instead of going, nothing. Like, I'm trying to have a conversation with a person, but it feels so often I am not perceived as a person, and it's kinda gets old after a while, you know? I hear you. Sometimes you just want to change your circumstances a bit. You're right. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you're right. No, I grabbed the deck that reads for filth and then wonder why the absolute truth is rolling out of my mouth. Thank you for the over 1K likes already. My goodness. You're on a tear. Thank you. But no, like, honestly, I would just like to find somebody I am as attracted to as they are attracted to me. Because it always seems to be more one-sided. Like, if they're attracted to me, I, for some reason, don't feel attracted towards them. If I feel attracted towards them, they're not available, and I'm just like, I would like to break this generational curse for 500, Alex. Right? It's like having a conversation with a wall. It's like, and that's the whole thing. It's like, I know there's something in there. I know there's a thought process, a philosophy. I know that there is information and identity in there. But like, how many different ways can you ask somebody for details about themselves, for a little bit more about themselves? And I mean, thankfully, they seem to go to their outside voice a little too quickly, which I'm okay with, because that saves me a lot of time, space, and energy, but still, it's like, damn, what is going on? And it's not even just with, like, men my age and older, it's with the younger guys, too. And when I say younger, I mean, like, you know, mid-30s. But it's just like, where's y'all's therapist? Right? I know you're not okay, cause we're not okay, but like, what the fuck is going on? It's either smooth brain, no thoughts, or they're in it for my money. You don't have any money, motherfucker. None of us do. Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't even have to be a love forever. I would just like a solid relationship that was romantic, that would, you know, go on for multiple years. You know, I'm polyamorous and I'm pansexual. Like, I understand it's a lot to deal with. Funny enough, that is the card of conflict. It is the Seven of Wands. It's standing up for yourself and others. I hate it when you're talking to someone and they have that deer in the headlights expression. That part. Like, it's like watching the heartbeat monitor. Do 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 do. And you're like, are you okay? It's not a hard question. Like, I just, you know, I want some details. I want to understand you better. That way I understand if we, like, actually vibe, if we can actually hold a conversation. Like, if you just want to hit and go, then don't be offended when I go, well, here's my rates for that then. I am being so fucking facetious when I say that. I have to make that known though. But like, when I just go, oh, you just want to, well, you know, I guess I should quote you my other rates, because it's shorter, it's faster, and I won't have to put up with quite so much bullshit. Like, if you just want to get it in and done anyways, like, just hand me the money and then go away. And again, facetious. Polycurious, and I've only done monogamy to that. When you have polyamory that has communication, it works fantastically. When you have polyamory where you actually talk with your partners and you hang out and you fit well and everybody respects everybody's boundaries, it's fantastic. When monogamous, usually cishet, masculine men types, when they use it just to see how much they can catch, when they use it just to see how much they can fuck around, and they do not understand polyamory either. Like, the amount of people, oh yeah, I'm polyamorous. Oh, cool. Do you have other partners? Oh yeah, I have a girlfriend. Oh, okay, so, do I get to meet them? Why would you want to meet them? Just to let them know that I'm going on a date with you. I'm not saying like a direct face-to-face, but I'm just saying a hey, so I don't get into like trouble. No, you don't need to talk to her. We don't talk to each other about that. You don't talk to your partner about potential people you might be going out with, and you don't talk to your partner about the potential people they might be going out with. That seems odd. Oh, they don't really go out with anybody else. Are they not looking? Well, you know. Oh, no. No. Oh, it's just the headlights. Oh, that's good. An intelligent company with... Yes, intelligent company with smart conversation. Very much that. Very much that. Exactly. You always have to be so fucking careful. Like, protect yourself. Oh, yeah. No, I'm like, those are all the red flags. Those are all the red flags. Like, when you see that, when a person is, like, not willing to actually communicate with their partner while basically kind of intoning that they themselves don't let their partner date outside that relationship, that's a whole lot of red flags. Yes. So this is the vanilla latte. Put it with ice and some whole milk, and it is very sweet but very good. Right? Intelligence is hot because, yes, you can have sexy, spicy times and whatnot, and that's fantastic and wonderful. But can you have a conversation after that? Do you actually like talking to each other when your bits aren't touching? You know? Thank you so much, dear. I swear y'all make me blush. Now if I could just be pretty smart and super rich, that way I could shower my community with gifts. Yes, that was from the coffee drink that I got earlier. The vanilla latte actually tastes a lot closer to being like a vanilla creme brulee. And honestly, I'm not mad at it. It's quite nice. I try. But no, I don't mean to be morose, and I hope I'm not coming off as morose. This is just some of the thoughts that have been kind of wandering through my head lately, and as it were. Just about. I recovered pretty quickly from that. I mean, luckily, I had plenty of good cold water, and I do not keep liquor in my house anymore because too easy for hair of the dog. But yeah, thank you. Recovered from that. Luckily, also didn't drink to the absolute fullest. I think I had 3 full cocktails worth. Lots of water in between. Plenty of food. So yeah, made sure not to be unhydrated or unfed, because that's how you get the really, really bad hangovers. But yeah. I don't know. This whole very demure. Like, I know it works for some people. Just, I was raised with cult of domesticity. And that is, I'm so dead serious when people like are like, that's not a thing. I'm like, look it up. It's a whole thing. The cult of domesticity, aka the housewives cult. Basically, you know, you're supposed to be kind and quiet and demure. You should be seen, not heard. Fresh face of makeup by the time your man gets home. Dinner on the table 15 minutes after he walks in the door. Like, so yeah, when I hear, oh, very demure, very ladylike, like, no. So there is this lovely plus size trans woman who is using not just verbal, but verbal plus physical sarcasm. And it's like, see my makeup? It's very demure, and it's a little bit more aggressive side. Very ladylike, very mindful. You know, I'm not showing up with like a green eyelash or blah blah blah, and there is a green eyelash. So like it's a physical plus vocal sarcasm, but if it's only vocal, it doesn't always read as sarcasm, and a lot of people do not seem to understand how sarcasm works. So it's not reading the way it should, as it were. That's why I'm divorced. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. There's a large portion of the population that the moment they could get out of that particular cult of domesticity mind thought, they're just like, yeah, fuck this noise, we're out. And like, gone. Yeah. Yes I am, darling. And I got the big fangs on today. Hell, they're almost big enough to be Lycus canines. How's everybody doing? Hopefully well. So yeah, no, this whole mindful demure thing went viral, I guess, a little while ago, and it's funny enough and all, but like when you've grown up in a cult of domesticity or a cult of respectability politics, when somebody goes, oh my goodness, you need to, let's all be so mindful, let's be demure, let's be ladylike. No. Is my first response. Hey. I'm hanging in there as best I can. You know how it goes. Yeah, that part. So one of our viewers, yep, I was raised that all women belong pregnant and barefoot in the kitchen. That. But I mean, again, it's that particular phrase is relying on sarcasm. So, like, without the visual, there needs to be a tonal adjust. But yeah, like nowadays, we don't tend to teach a lot of the basics of comedy or the elements of comedy. Especially not things like satire or political comedy. So it's like, oh, are we being mindful? Are we being so demure? Are we being ladylike? Not I. Right? That part. It's like, did I survive today? Well, I'm above ground. I'm not sure if I actually want to be, but I'm above ground, so I'll take the small win, I guess. Yeah, that part. And they, especially, they don't understand how, like, words, that came from an era where respectability politics were tantamount to whether or not you could even function within your like school cliques and whatnot. Like you didn't even have to physically intimately interact with somebody way back in the day when I was like in junior high and high school. If somebody labeled you if somebody labeled you up or a hoe or, you know, something like that, that could ruin your reputation in a way that a lot of people would talk down to you, bully you, trash you, all that kind of stuff. So it's just like I have flashbacks to the respectability politics and I fucking hate them. Lilith is like, yeah, no. Right. Like, it was like the boys in high school, circa 20 some odd plus years ago. The boys in high school, like, they would call you those things if you didn't want to interact with them, let alone if you did interact with them. It was just wild. So yeah, like, I have a bit more disdain for respectability politics. Right. Like, yes, it was good to learn sometimes, but like, we got such a narrow view. We got so little actual education. I learned how much stuff I was taught wrong once I got to college, and it was mind-blowing. And in this last 5 years on TikTok, I have learned even more than I did in all, like, K through 12. I'm just like, can I stop learning things? Like, no, I don't want to actually stop learning things, but like, there's a lot of stuff that I didn't need to know. And now I know it, and now I can't unsee it, and ow. Right, that part. TikTok and YouTube University. Graduated in 99, graduated in college 08. Real education was from reality and life. That part. Dang, you're only a year younger than me. Hello. But yeah, no, you 100%. Like, there was so much more that I learned in like college just kind of undid the what do you call it? College just undid the string, as it were. It just undid some of the the stuff that we taught you back in high school. Yeah, I mean, some of that, but like we really have to critical think about it now. And yeah, there were some parts we may have left out. There were some parts we may have left out. Yeah. And you're like, fuck. And yeah, like critical thinking, they like, so when it comes to critical thinking, things like the movie Blazing Saddles, absolute masterpiece, so frickin' well done. And it's done filled with sarcasm and satire and political humor, and yes, they've definitely got plenty of, you know, fart jokes quite literally in it, but it also literally integrates some of that crass humor with some very highbrow humor, and it's done in an absolutely amazing way. That kind of movie would have a lot of trouble being made today, only because the satire of it from the original goes over people's head. Let alone if you were trying to do satire and political jokes from what's currently going on. Like, yeah. What was my favorite subject? I mean, the first thing that springs to mind is French. Because I liked it as a language. I thought it was interesting. I wasn't great at the upper levels of French, but I really did enjoy learning it at the base level. I liked science. I liked weightlifting. Um, I don't know. Overall, I think I liked teachers more so than specific subjects because I had some great English teachers and I had some terrible English teachers. I had some great math teachers and I had some math teachers. I had some great science teachers. I had some terrible science teachers. So, yeah. Oh, you studied French too. A, B, C plus, C by my... Like, I feel much more comfortable with my fangs on. Swear to God, if I ever date / and or get married / and or have a significant other, they're gonna have to get really okay with me chewing on them with fangs in. I won't do it hard, I promise. I won't do it hard, but between the fangs and my nails, I need a scratching post. Bailey's does sound like it'd be quite fantastic right about now. I would love to get more tattoos. I would absolutely adore getting more tattoos. I think I would really like to have like scroll work and pierce work over like certain parts of my body. I know that like this part, I think I want to have something done. Just things that would actually highlight an accent. I haven't completely like picked out a theme, but I know I want it like Victorian-esque scroll work on my body. I want to put like a modern flair, modern twist to it. So trying to think of like a good thought for it, yeah. I love fall because A, the spice blends rock, and it's a good time of the year for them. But also, like, cooler weather, which makes it easier for me to go and actually hang out in the sun. Because it's not just the sun that keeps me out of it. It's the heat. The heat is just insane. And I can't do it. Just like, when it hits like 70 degrees, oh yeah, I can be outside. 60 degrees, sure, I can like sit in full sunlight, not a problem. It's 60 degrees. I'll put on a little extra layer and just have a good old time with it. 80 plus, 85, 90, oh no. It's supposed to be about 101 for the next 3 days. And if we're lucky, the temperature should be dropping roughly Monday. But yeah, as it is, you're not wrong. Honestly, if I were to get like angel wings done, I would probably either get a set of crow wings or a set of owl wings. I don't think I could ever do like anything that is along the Gulf Coast. So like Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, even a lot of the parts of Texas. It's like breathing soup. I don't understand how y'all do it. It is hell. You can't sweat properly. Like, you straight up cannot sweat properly, let alone breathe. You've got 90 degrees outside and it's 90% humidity? No. Like, all I can imagine is that you just constantly feel like you stink and stick. Like, I couldn't do it. Oh my god, like in a crab boil bag. That's funny. But I mean, it's true. But it's so frickin' true. Thinking a tattoo, maybe a necklace, black like a vampire with a red diamond. Ooh. Honestly, I think my tattoos might become reflective of like what kind of career I get into. Because honestly, if when I should stop saying, when I have manifested my full destiny as a spicy worker, I do think that I would want to have, like, some things that do have a bit of a darker tone to them, a little bit more of a I'm trying to find the right code word. Like, I don't want to, like, draw, like, adult toys on myself or anything like that. But, like, yeah, that scroll work, the pierce work, like, that very gothic touch. You know, something to that effect. Or something that is done where it looks like the arrangement points of, say, like what a St. Andrew's cross would be, but do it with, like, beautiful heavy scroll work that has a very Victorian feel to it, you know. Honestly, overall, like, I've been thinking over the last couple days, like, what would my perfect, like, if I was able to personalize my own particular working space, what would it look like? I would want everything to be heavily Louis the Sun King / Victorian, like, lots and lots of opulence and artisanal craft put into the embellishments for everything. When everything is just vinyl and flat and without texture, without embellishment, I'm just like, yeah, that's nice and all, and I get that is so much easier to clean. But I want people who are working under me to have to clean that with a Q-tip for hours on end. That's what they get to do. Like, I want things that are up and that take some work. Yeah. Pierce work. So pierce work is. Oh, actually, I have a good example of it. Thank you, darling. So far, I'm doing pretty good. So, this is pierce work. So on this tray, there we go. On the tray where you can see the in-betweens, this is called pierce work. Oh my god, the AC is aimed directly at my backside and it has never felt better. Pardon me, darlings. There we go. Right. I would absolutely adore to have a 2-story Victorian. I mean, I should. I mean, I am sitting, like, in the direct pathway of it, so it's a little bit cooler. But, like, you have to have your face directly in the AC to even feel the chill, as it were. Like, at this point, I need to move. I need to move. But yeah, I'm like, pierce work, scrolling. Scrolling is like the feathers and fronds and stuff that you see. So yeah, like to do like pierce work or fronding, gilding. Gilding, that's what I'm looking for. That's the word I'm looking for. Gilding along certain areas, especially like clavicle. I think I would like to have some work done on the arms. I'd honestly like to have something that comes all the way down to the hands. Yes. But yeah, like, if I were to get them done, I know that I'd, like, have to have a very good paying following at that point, because the kind and the amount of work that I want done, especially with high detail, that costs a lot of money and it's a lot of hours in the chair. You tried your first strawberry Newtons. How'd you like them? How did you like them? They are my favorite. They're my absolute favorite. I love them. I don't know why I'm so like obsessed over them, but yeah, they are. And I know at one point they had Barry Newtons. I don't think they make those anymore. They are also super fantastic. How did you like them? Right? Like Fig Newtons are good and everything, but like they need to make their paste, the fig paste, a little less dense. They need to lighten up that fig paste a little bit more, and I think they'd be spot on. With those raspberry Newtons or strawberry Newtons, like that gel, that jam is just the right consistency, and it's like sweet without being like horrifically so. And they pair well with like milk or other drinks. So yeah, it's so well done, so well balanced. Fair enough. Just check Amazon. Oh, good. I'm so glad that I was able to give you a little insight and, you know, give you a little nudge. Make a picture of the tattoo and save for when you're ready. But don't do it too fast. Yeah. No, I like to have something that will stick in my brain for at least you know, a couple of years. When it came to like getting my tongue pierced, I thought about that for a good solid 2 years before I got it done. I think the hardware here was slightly more impulsive, but even that, I'd already done my research on the piercings. I decided where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do. I asked them to go directly for the hoop, and they're like, "Are you sure you don't want a barbell?" And I'm like, no. Give me the loop. I don't ever plan on changing these out, so just let it be what it is. The loop is fine. The barbells are a little bit heavier, and sometimes the shortness of the bar can press in on skin, and when it's brand new, that's when it wants to migrate the most. So I was like, you know, let's go with the loop. I think it'll stay put better, and I won't get that squeeze. So yeah. Oh yeah, it hurt. The first one hurt. The second one hurt worse. And they told me, by the way, the second one is going to hurt worse. And I'm like, how? Why? They're like, 'cause it knows it's coming. I'm like, well, fuck. Yep. And that can happen. That can happen. That's why you don't get mouthy around your piercings. Like if you have a tongue piercing, you ever so careful with it, and you replace it for a much shorter bar, like after I think the first 3 to 6 weeks, because if not, you forget, and that long bar sits there and whacks against the backside of your teeth. That's how you end up chipping that shit. Yeah, and it's painful, but also it's because every time like the temperature of the room can change by like 1/10 of a degree, and it will tighten itself back up again, and it takes like a full 15 minutes to relax, and by that time like a breeze comes along and it tightens up again. You're like, jeez, just stop. Like, it's a whole thing. Yeah, your second one is like, oh no, defensive shield. You're like, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna help. Just send in the endorphins. Right. And I've had my hoops in for 15 or 16 years now. And I love them. They have always been my absolute favorite. I know I should probably like get a new set of jewelry, but I absolutely adore them, and they're so aesthetically pretty. There's nothing wrong with not having piercings or tats. I just happen to love body modification. I wasn't allowed to get a lot of it, so that's why a lot of stuff was like piercings. I absolutely adore, like, piercings, body mods. Like, that tongue splitting, I don't know if I could sit through getting my tongue split, but I think it is an absolutely lovely and gorgeous body modification. I find it so tempting to get that done. I would just want to make sure that I'm going to a body modifier who has been doing this for quite some time and has a really good track record with it. Oh, no. Do it one at a time, and it's okay to pass out. Have a friend there with you. You don't want to go for the double. The double, you really will pass out. Because that's just... Ha! Ha! Yeah, that is... It might not. It might not. And yes, I do read cards. I'm not just sitting here, twiddling my thumbs for nothing. I do read tarot cards if you need anything done. It is $5 per card. Feel free to check the links in the bio, and I can read for you live. That is the only time I do. Breathe! Breathe. It's not something that I would ever go rushing into. Never, ever, ever. Because that's a big body modification, and it's not something you're like, oh, like a piercing where you can just, I can just, take out the piercing, the hole will close itself. No, you're splitting your tongue. And I have a decent bifurcation there, but I don't know if I have, any veins that cross. And I think that's one of the things they have to test for, is to make sure that you don't have, like, things that cross over, because if you sever something in the tongue, whether that be a nerve ending or, nick, blood flow, like, it could be a quick ER trip right there. There's no pussyfooting around that. It's absolutely a gut feeling. For me, it's absolutely a gut feeling. I mix like a minimum of like 5 times, usually. Usually more like closer to 9 or 13. Don't ask; those just seem to be recurring numbers there. But yeah, I mix until they feel right, and then I spool them out. And I don't actually even look at the cards. I let my eyes go completely unfocused, and I let my hands figure out how the card is supposed to be situated. So sometimes you'll see me do this number. Other times I do that number. And sometimes I do that number. So the placement of the card is very much up in the air until it's been put on the table. I pass really well for most ambiguous brown, because I've got a little bit with the curl in the hair. I've got a very, very light complexion. This is very much my winter coat. I don't spend a whole lot of time out in the sun, but yeah. I do love a good 5. 5, 9, 13, 15, 27. I am, like, the amount of people who mistake me for being Latin American. Oh my God, you must be a Latina. No. And my Spanish is horrendous. When I speak Spanish, I intentionally speak with a Valley Girl accent so that they know I am not Latin and that I cannot carry on a conversation in Spanish. I know just enough to politely order. That is it. Right? Odd numbers, cubed numbers, the occasional prime number. But yeah, because 3 cubed is 9, and then what is it? Another derivation of that is 27, because that's 3 times 9. Yeah, it's one of those things. So yeah, it's like, it's not quite a dos equis, por favor. It's not that bad, but it is, cuando? Como? Gracias. Like, they are short answers. They are short answers. Mostly so I don't make a complete jackass of myself for having misunderstood how the sentence structure is supposed to be. Yes, I understand Spanish quite a bit better than I can speak it. I grew up close enough to LA that I was on there on a pretty decent basis, and I lived around several very much Latin American communities, so I heard Spanish quite frequently. So I learned to pick up parts of it so that I could at least have, you know, quick salient interactions, order food, pay correct amounts, all that kind of stuff. And then we also have a lovely bunch of like street vendors. So like tamale trucks. So tamale carts, the elote man, like the places that do the LA street dogs, the pupusas, the tacos, all that kind of stuff. You know, you want to make sure that you're getting the right thing. So, you know, you learn how to order in Spanish, or at least do a decent facsimile thereof. But yeah, like, I actually have to hear the Spanish for a little bit in order for me to, like, be able to respond in kind. And it's, again, it's short answers. So many short answers. The only odd number I like is 7. Everything else has to be even. Interesting. Like 8 is okay as an even number. I don't know why I gravitate towards odd numbers. If it's even numbers, it's okay, but like, I like 8. 8 is okay. But like, I can't think of any like, oh, 12, 12. And 144. Which again, I think it's just a pattern derivation thing right there. But yeah, like, I tend to gravitate towards odd numbers rather than even numbers. But my brain will try and put patterns together. I mean, I would always hope to be passionate and personal. That's kind of like why I started this. It was, you know, to be able to have conversations with people, to hold salons. That's what salons are. They're third spaces, spaces where you can talk and hold conversations about everything and nothing, decompress. Third spaces are where people used to go to talk and actually, you know, have socialization. It was something that wasn't work and it wasn't home. It was a place to just be and relax. That's why we had so many swimming pools, so many parks, so many recreational areas. And then we had the civil rights movement, and certain people would rather shut down those spaces than share them. Which is how we lost so many of our frickin' third spaces, and I hate it. I hate it so much that we've lost it. Hello everybody, how do you do? But yes, feel free to ask me anything. I have plenty of opinions, things that I can always speak on, of course. But yeah. So I'm also just monitoring the candles that I have going on, because I started a candle spill yesterday, so I'm continuing it on. And just every now and again, I look over to make sure everything is on the up and up. The last thing you want to do is leave candles like completely unattended. And they're from the dollar store, so always take a little bit of extra care when you get your supplies from a inexpensive store. You're never quite sure the quality of things, so last thing you want to have happen is like, you know, it for whatever reason doesn't burn correctly, and or it, you know, glass cracks or something to that effect. But yeah, I mean, oh, sorry, other way around. We're just gonna jostle you for a bit. It's running about neck and neck with the gold one. And the funny thing is, that's where my AC unit is. Those are tucked back into an alcove. And yet the flames are still dancing. But yeah, they are definitely doing a lot. The green one is doing a lot better today. They're both strong, but yeah, both have a lot of flicker and movement to them. Son of a fucking bitch. Ow. Do not ask how I accidentally jammed myself under the fingernail, of all places. Still don't want fruit. Da, da, da. Right. Thank you. It's definitely my favorite frickin' gaming chair that I've ever had. I've had a couple of pretty decent office chairs and all. But yeah, like, I frickin' love this chair. No, I jammed myself. I was trying to quickly unlock the door, and I didn't realize that my finger caught on a piece of the door, and the, what do you call it, the bolt are a little too close together. So yeah, I went to, and somehow got myself a nice bit of, I think, paint jammed under my fingernail, which sucks ass. I think I got it out, but it sucks ass. Yeah. I mean, oh, you got a G-Tracer. Okay. I know G-Tracers. Cougar had some really, like, nice models, and black and gold is, like, their jam. And this thing has lower lumbar support, neck support. I personally just sit very ramrod straight, so that's why it's like, I'm not like that. But if I want to, I can actually adjust this more forward. I just sit up a little bit more straight, and then I like start hunching over. But yeah, it's a really nice little chair. I have to say I do appreciate it. It is cool. It is cool, and I got it for like half price. This is a brown sugar latte. Christ, on sale. That is so sweet. Yeah, like, this doesn't taste like a latte. Tastes like, tastes like a brown sugar, like, milk tea. When it says latte, I'm expecting coffee, like a stronger coffee. Yeah, no, I don't think I'd do this one again. Wait, I've never said Christ on sale in front of y'all? Really? It's one of my go-tos. Hello everybody, how do you do? Hi friends. How are you? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Having some fun, decompressing. I know it's Friday, it's been warm. Everybody's feeling a little feral. I'm with you. I am definitely with you. Okay. I just want to find a good good job in a spicy place. That's the words I was looking for. Oh God. Ugh. Yeah, it's 101 down here in like Lakewood, Long Beach territory. It is god awful. I'm lucky there's not more humidity to go with it, but it is. It is so awful. So, what's everybody up to today? How are we cooling down and decompressing? Right. The humidity is just insufferable. Hello. How goes? Where are you that it is chilly? Don't worry, we won't judge you. No, but seriously, where are you that it's chilly? How is it 70 in New Mexico? Indiana? How? How? How dare you? Mostly. The audacity. Oh my God, seriously, that part. Oh my God, same in Maryland. I can expect it from Maryland, because at least Maryland, you're like up north. Like Maryland is close to Canada. I could see where it would be, you know, a little bit lower. Well, I'm just like, New Mexico. You're down here with us. How are you cold? What? I'm not jealous at all. Oh, humid from Miami, Florida. Holy shit. Where old people go to unalive. Ugh. 59 tomorrow? And the night could get as low as 48. Oh my God, that sounds like heaven. That sounds fantastic to me. Oh, it was 78 yesterday? Huh. That sounds so good though. Okay, fair enough, you're by the mountains. You're by the mountains. That... Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. I'll give you a little leeway. be in New Mexico next week. See if it's even cooler. An open window at 8. Are you snitching on me? My perfect weather is when it's so cold it's about 40 degrees. Window open, crisp night air, wrapped in a bunch of fucking, like, comforters. Yeah. 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 Like, tent warmer weather. I absolutely adore it. Near Winston-Salem. Ah. It's your go-to. Hell yeah. Right? Dream scenario. It is. You like cold, crisp. Hey, might even have a significant other or something near you, because I will be waking them up at that point. I live in the wrong state. Yeah, that part. 38 degrees in Sac when I sleep with 3 fans and an open window. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, until that oh, God. Until that bio break, and you have to try not to pee on your own feet for the sake of heat. Because you're like, yeah, oh, God, no, I gotta get up. Maybe if I just stay here 10 minutes longer, that thought will go away. Nope, I gotta get up. I gotta get up. And you're just like, you're debating how much longer you can actually wait. And you hope that your feet hit your slippers and not the cold ass, like, hard floor. Heaven forbid you have tile. Like, so cold. Like, it tears sounds out of your mouth that you did not know you had in you, and you're like, oh, that's how movie monsters sound. Every fucking step you take on cold ass floor trying to find your frickin' slippers. And, like, I'm the type of person who doesn't sleep with a whole lot on. So my bits get frozen real quick. Looking for that robe? Huh. And you have to get out of the bed and slam those covers right back down to try to preserve some of the warmth in there, because you know you're going to come back frozen. You make your way, you do your bio break thing, you curse out your faucet, because there is no way that is hot water. You know that you've had it on for like 3 minutes straight trying to get something other than Mr. Freeze's balls to drag over your knuckles. And you're just like, this is hell. This is too cold, and then your hands don't work, and y'all just like that. I'm like, nah, this sucks. And then you make your way back to your bed, and you hope that the blankets somehow retained some of the heat that you put there. You pull that bad boy open, that cold air like races you in, and then you close it off again. You're like, this is not warm, but it's a start. Like, the bed comes with me. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Grew up on the other side of Canada on Lake Erie, blizzard country, so no to freezing. Wait, you're Canadian? I know I'm right. Okay, I was about to say. Okay, I was like, don't ask, but my brain torqued that sentence just a little bit, because you said the other side of Canada, and I'm like, Lake Erie, wait, what? Oh, other side, got it. Okay, I get it now. But yeah, no, like, those places where the lake can create a sheet of ice that then pushes its way up on shore and takes out homes, I'm like, that sounds like a nightmare scenario right there. Okay, only live about an hour and a half from Niagara. Nice! No to freezing and no to the swamp. You're so right. You're so right. You're so right. Because swamp ass sucks. Like, and like, you can only put on so much, like, body powder before it just turns into a paste. And you're like, seriously, motherfucker? Seriously? And you gotta drink. Like, like the river owes you money. You have to drink water just to replace all the stuff that you've sweat out. And there's like, there's never enough cold enough water to actually function. Oh, that is straight milk. Dude, if you're gonna cough from the laughing, you might as well go ahead and become a stoner. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Because, like, a little bit of powder, it's fine. Your body feels good, you feel refreshed, you don't feel like you're sticking to everything. But when you're already profusely sweating from the crease at the thigh or the under boobage, oh my god, it's awful. That under tit sweat is just something hellacious. Like, why? Why are my titties crying? Why the fuck am I sitting here just from everywhere? If skin touches skin, it is just sweat city, and it's so gross. I hate it. That's the only thing you can do. That's the only thing you can do to be even halfway comfortable, is tuck that shit under your tits. It's the only thing you can. Then there better be some really, really good air conditioning, and he better be so fucking hot and rich and able to provide and submissive, and he better be an absolute dream come true, and he better have friends. Like, I'm just saying, I ain't moving for just nothing. I'd be so rabid. Like, cause if I'm gonna have to be like, Gulf Coast is so muggy. It is so muggy. Like, I'll go out at night after I've cleared like a 30-foot perimeter from like fucking mosquitoes. So I am drinking a brown sugar latte. And when they said brown sugar latte, I'm expecting coffee, brown sugar syrup, a bit of milk. It was straight up milk. It was, I will tell you right now, it is straight up milk. Give me just a second. See, now I know TikTok is on some bullshit, because I just got a restriction notice for talking about illicit substances, which I wasn't talking about illicit substances. This is the second time around that they have tried to give me this kind of violation, talking about illicit substances when I'm not talking about illicit substances. Just like, anybody actually, like, oh no, I did. I sent feedback and appeal it. But I'm like, does anybody actually review this shit? Like, and this TikTok is why you're losing so many actual creators, and why they are going to other platforms, because of this kind of shit. Just saying. Set up new goal. Very goodness pardon. ASMR. Thank you. Sorry. Let's say fairy tales do come true. Oh my goodness. Happened to you. tell me this does not contain soy. Please tell me this does not contain soy. Nope, just milk. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, and the funny thing is it's telling me it's a violation for something I wasn't even talking about. And I am the type of person who will openly talk about those kind of things. But like when they put a restriction, it's not quite like a content violation per se. But when they put a restriction, it means you are no longer being recommended to the For You page. It takes you off a lot of people's radars to do that kind of thing. And all I can think is, if you're going to accuse me of doing something, make sure I'm actually doing it. Like, oh, don't worry. I went from making like $40-ish a week on the Creator Fund to making like under $20 a week on the Creator Fund with how they've been treating me. So, what the fuck ever. Overall, I am quickly losing interest in this platform as a whole. Like, the only thing that has me coming back is, you know, the audience. But yeah, like, overall, yeah. Hey, Bright Eyes. Just like, if you're gonna hit me with something, like, hit me with something I'm actually doing. I know, but it's like I can't monetize on here very well. I can't seem to get any traction. I am noticing a greater and greater decrease in my numbers. I can never seem to make forward momentum on this platform. And with everything else that they keep hitting me with, it makes it so fucking hard to want to participate on this platform or create on this platform. And it like, honestly, I don't know what I can do to improve that, because it's not a me problem, it's a them problem. Right? Like, if people want to find me elsewhere, YouTube and Twitch are the other two platforms that I'm using right now for like multi-streaming and whatnot. Hence me kind of going back and forth between the two, but like, yeah. And like, I enjoy the level of the chat, the banter, the whatnot, because I've built quite the audience over here, so I do get a pretty, you know, regular amount of people who show up, and I appreciate that. I don't have that on the other platforms just yet, so it's just like, damned if I do, damned if I don't. I don't know what to do anymore. I honestly don't. I'm tired of trying. I'm just tired of trying. Because it doesn't fucking matter. Every time I make a little bit of forward momentum, it just gets eaten up with content violations, and then I gotta worry about whether or not they're gonna hit some of my old stuff that doesn't have the shit that they put it under a content violation for. You know, how hard is that gonna get hit? All while they're not taking down scam accounts of me. Like, what the fuck is the point at this point anymore? Like, they throttle my views. I cannot get actual forward momentum on this fucking app, no matter if I follow the rules or I don't follow the rules. They don't check shit. They just take it down. They leave you with all the strikes. They don't give a shit if they take months, literal 6+ months to review appeals. Like, What am I supposed to do? Like, honestly, what am I supposed to do? Because that thing? Oh, easy. I made it. It's easy enough to get enough yardage. I want to say that that's a faux silk. I think that's a faux silk. Nobody needs to be sorry. I'm tired of trying so hard and racking my brain and spending hours trying to figure out content that fits within these weird ass parameters. And then every time I show up, I get throttled. And it's like, what's the fucking point? I'm tired of putting in so much effort on a platform that treats the creators so shitty. So shitty. And there is already so much fucking wrong in this world. And these billionaires just fuck us over for every last penny. And the stupid thing is, if they would just pay us halfway decently, they would be making more and more profits hand over fist without having to do anything. Because people would actually have that money to spend. They would actually have that money to do things, to have paid bills, to participate in art and make actual good content. And instead, over the last several years, we have seen the level of content quality go absolutely through the fucking floor. It is not nearly where it used to be because people can't afford to make good content anymore and then constantly be losing any sort of fucking monetization that they could make or supposed to be able to make off of that content creation. We make all these beautiful, great things for fucking free. Then they will monetize it for pennies on the dollar, steal it from you, allow others to create scam accounts and monetize off of all of that work. And then they will fuck you over and throw you away at the end of it because they don't actually give any sort of a shit. They just want whatever money you can bring in. And at this point, I don't know if I'm supposed to not be bitter about it. But like at this fucking point, it's so blatant that it's really pissing me off. Right? Heaven for fucking fed. People were actually making good money, survivable money, content creating, and not constantly getting hammered by bullshit. Heaven fucking forfend that we actually get a piece of the pie. Heaven fucking forfend spicy workers and people who do more adult-styled content. You know, if they would just be able to hit 18 plus on all of their stuff and not get shadow banned into the fucking underrealm. Because that's the whole thing. It's like a lot of my shit, I'm definitely below that threshold level on the guidelines for a reason. I keep it very, like, PG-13 for a reason. Because if I put 18 plus, because that's what I'd like to do, if I put 18 plus on my stuff, you want to know how many people view it if I put 18 plus on one of my videos? Take a wild guess. My normal is only a couple hundred, well, I want to say about 500, 800 to roughly a couple thousand, usually. if I put it on 18 and over, I'll be lucky if I see 30 views. I'm like, why aren't they making this easier? Why are they having to make this so frickin' hard? Yeah, I gotta answer that back. I'm grumpy, and I'm hot, and I'm sticky, and I'm sweaty, and I feel a little gross right now, so I think I'm a little bit snap trap. Yeah. Yeah. It's so frustrating. It is so freaking frustrating. And it sucks because I want to do this so bad, and yet I am so introverted. So I don't know. I don't have the right set of words at the moment. Yeah. Hello. How do you... Oh, goodness. Thank you for the new subscriber. How are you doing, my dear? Sorry, I just saw that stuff pop up. Big O was one of the newer ones that I tried, but it doesn't have anywhere that I could post my... like any of my social what do you call it, like there was no way to like set up a link tree or anything. Like you couldn't post any of your social links on Big O, which I found that, and it's not easy to navigate. It is so not easy to navigate. And then I don't trust Instagram for as far as I can throw it, but you know. Yeah. Yeah. Mildly sad emo. Oh no, I should not be taking on the personality of my cards. That is not advised. I looked into it. I inquired about it, and most coaches and managers don't want to coach and or manage somebody who is not making under $4,000 to $5,000 a month. Meaning they want to make sure that you've got more than enough money to pay their share first. And a lot of these management companies apparently are like diet pimping. And there's a very particular connotation to it. They're there taking your content, spreading it across the interwebs, often doing not ethical things with it, like hiring ghostwriters to talk to your subs, or putting you on sites that you would have never fucking gone to. But yeah, like, they're like, you're not a big enough creator for us to even think about. And I'm like, and that's the whole thing. It's like, it is such a fucking vicious cycle to try and monetize on platforms like this, especially on TikTok. Because, yeah. Oh! 5-card pull. Now, did you have a preference? Like, Steampunk deck. We've also got Klimt and Shadowscape. That's the one that tends to read for filth. So did you have a preference on which cards you would like? Oh, no. Honey, no. Remy, you're fine. You're fine. Like, I do appreciate that there are more than one person trying to help. That way I'm not, like, boxed in thinking I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing. And, yeah. It is helpful. It is helpful. But yeah, no, it's there's not a lot of. And the funny thing is, like, what they try and show you to do to succeed what they want you to do to succeed is basically sell your soul to the fucking devil, and they know it. They know that they are trying to railroad you in bad faith into a horrible, quote unquote, deal, where they get all of your hard work and you get fucking nothing. So yeah, it is what it is, and it's a little bit rough. Yeah, that part. The thought of selling out just makes me absolutely hate it. My writing is so far over on AO3. Like, that's my whole problem, is I am spread so thin, doing so many things, trying to find something that pays consistently, or even at all, and it's like let me do this reading first and then I'll get into my own head. Let us not accidentally overlap. 5, 4, 3, 2. Sorry, these are some interesting groupings. Judgment, 2 of Wands reversed, 2 of Cups reversed. Twos, repetitive twos. Seems like there's a lot of pairing and twinings in this one. Judgment, 2 of Wands reversed, 2 of Cups right side up. Social matter, not legal matter. Seems to be held within a friends group or peer group. I'm getting like some interesting 2 repetitions. But yeah, friends group seems to have seen a bit of infighting recently. Not like bad, but like enough that people had to sort of pick some sides. They might have kept a lot of it kind of quiet, but like people are aware that battle lines or friendship lines are drawn, and while everybody's going to remain civil, like opinions, especially on respectability politics, opinions are going to be of a particular flavor, which kind of puts some dampers on you, because 2 of Wands is like going on a new adventure, actively waiting, like taking that half second to like make sure that your plans are ready to go, but very much like, okay, we've got, you know, do we go this way or this way? Like, you want to pick out that new path, but like it's hard to pick out which path to go, because how the split or how the faction lines get drawn in this particular peer group could very much change possible destinations and how things are handled in the future. Like, currently, these don't seem to have much weight. They are future things. And it's going to be one of those things that build. Feels like baggage is being piled on. Two of Cups is... Oh. I won't pry, but it feels like two people in the peer group became a lot closer, and other people had a fucking problem with that. So two people in the group like became a little bit more cliquish, a little bit more more closely drawn to each other, and just certain people had some particular fucking feelings about them. God, it's like being back in high school. Then we get the King of Wands. King of Wands is calm communication. More... I almost want to call him a good fellow. He's trying to set the world to right. He's trying to put things... He's trying to put it on the map. The destination, as it were. Trying to put it on the map. Trying to get everybody to just... Come on, guys. We're just going to get along. And, like, you want to back him up. You want to back him up in the future. But also, like, whatever this particular hang-up is currently building in the group, just being a Robin Goodfellow about it, just being, you know, kind and polite and sweet, and don't worry guys, we can get along, we can get over it, right? Nah. Being the mediator in this situation is only going to go so far. Like, these are grown-ass adults, they actually need to hack some things out. It's weird, because I get the energy of you want to step in, at the same point in time you don't want to step in. You're like, do I, don't I, will I, won't I? It's tiresome. It feels so high school. It feels so very, like, high school. Pisces. Oh, fair enough. And then 5 of Swords. Preparing for a defensive. And you're like, I really don't want to. I don't want to. I just... Like, you want to fight. Well, you don't even want to fight. You want to be there if somebody needs to be defended, but you are just so tired. So tired of the bullshittery. Like, it's a half-ass fight. My dear Pisces, you need to learn to... Don't even learn how to do it whole ass. Just learn when you need to be it. Like, remove your full ass from the situation. Like, this... It is not your fight. It is not your fight at all. And, like, you're... It feels like you're also trying to be a little bit of a mediator. You're just trying to smooth things over, that way they fit back into the compartments that they're supposed to be in the first place. If the group falls, let it fall. It's not always your... You don't always need to be the peacemaker. You really don't. Sometimes things are just fated to fall apart. And it it feels like whatever this particular bullshit that is going on is not done, like, reaching its height. So, yeah, like, when I say this feels like high school, cliquish bullshit, yeah. Learn when to extract yourself, because you can only offer so much before it becomes something that you get embroiled in when you didn't have a dog in the fight, as it were. Nope, just one of my... I tied up the sleeves to my dress because it was just way too hot. Yeah, it is super juvenile. Super fucking juvenile BS. Like, it's like high schoolers wearing button-downs. Like, I need an adultier adult. But yeah, it is... Okay, I don't know why I'm yawning so fucking much. Somebody talking about me, or just... the fuck? Am I really on somebody's mind that much? I almost don't need to ask that question. Possibly. It's not even just this... It's like it should be a non-issue. Like, whatever this particular thing is, it should be a non-issue. But, like... the instigator isn't letting it go. And the person who's reacting to it isn't letting it go. And it's like, could you just... why don't you two just go into a corner and slap the shit out of each other? At this point, you might as well. Just go ahead, go over, slap the shit out of each other, because this ain't it. This ain't it. But yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Pisces likes to have everything fit into their nice little compartments. Unfortunately, people are messy, and they tend to run amok all over the place. But yeah, just... I can feel the eye roll. I can... Like, yeah, you just don't even... You don't feel like you want to be there. Don't be there. Don't be there. Just don't be there. Let them handle their own shit at their own time in their own way, because if you get involved when it's really not the dog that you're supposed to fight, you get dragged in and dragged down, and then you lose respect for everybody involved. So, if you want to, go for it, but overall, it's not the fight that you want. Honestly, it's not the fight that you want. Hello. Dual screening, so hi. How do you do? But yeah. There we go. Yeah, no. You don't, no. And I'm totally not saying, like, cut off the people involved, because it's nothing that serious. But yeah, just, like, learn not to involve yourself with these two particular individuals. It's just, it's so fucking petty. So fucking petty. Just like, if you need to, honestly, just tell them, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. This is not it. I'm a whole ass adult. I didn't, grow up to pay rent to have to deal with this. Like, either figure your shit out on your own time in your own space, or say nothing to each other when you're in the same setting. Because that is not it. Yeah, if this is a family thing, definitely cut them. I'm not saying you have to like cut them out of your life, but like just go, I'm not doing this. Period. You're all grown ass adults. You need to figure this shit out. Like, yeah, no. Just look him dead in the face. I am 57 whole ass years old. I am not a child. Do not treat me like one. Because if you treat me like one, I will cut you off. Come on. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, that. It is what it is. It is what it is. You are welcome, my dear. Why did judgment come up again? Why? No, you go back. Did not thoroughly do this enough. Nope. I do not know why. I am not planning on that. Thank you, no. Hello. How's everybody doing today? We're doing a little bit of a multicast. Yeah. I do my best. Where? Clear as mud. Any new vampire shows? I don't think I picked. Are you saying? Are you asking about? Am I going to be putting out more of Dante's Academy soon? Hopefully, yes. I'm trying to kind of like figure it out because Dante's Academy is not like a high school preparatory boarding school kind of situation. It's much more professorship dealing with adults kind of stuff. But I'm just like, how best to make this skit or this idea into skits. So, yeah. Now something feels much more prominent, prevalent, needs to be spoken on. No. Don't ask, Mike. Apparently we're going to be laying out some cards shortly. Oh, for fuck's sake, seriously? Knight of Cups, 3 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. I don't need excuses. I need him to show his ass the fuck up. Get him a roadmap. I don't care. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. One of those things, again, it's hard to read myself because I have too many biases, as it were. It is desperately hot and my phone keeps overheating, so I'm going to end a little bit early, mostly so that my phone doesn't absolutely bleh itself. I plan on being back Monday, probably at 5 o'clock. I might move that to 6 o'clock just because of the heat. But we shall see. I'm going to try and rest and recuperate over this weekend and see if I can't adjust my brain a little bit. But I will see you around later, hopefully. I mean, after this weekend. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm fine. I just really need to clear my brain, and I'm a little bit... I don't feel quite right now. So. Talk to you all later, my darlings. Bye.